Welcome back to Village in Motion. It is Thursday, October the 19th, and we're so glad you've stayed tuned today. And for this segment of the Village in Motion, we have two very important people here, and one being our social work manager, and the other being a new hospice individual. And we're so glad to have both of them. Kathleen Taylor, who is with social work.
Hey.
And we're glad to have you. Okay?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm really glad to be here with Ann because she's the new hospice social worker.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We've waited for her to find the right person.
Yes.
She's going to be great. While we were looking for Ann, the community social workers were filling in. So
yes.
it was a good experience for us to be able to sort of see how that works, because we make a lot of hospice referrals.
Right.
But it's really, really nice to have Ann come, because she's coming with a lot of experience, which is
Wonderful.
really, really
Wonderful.
good. So I'm going to let her talk.
Okay. Just before we let Ann talk, how long have we been without a social work for hospice? Social worker for hospice?
Shoot, I don't even.
It's been so long?
Feels like forever. It hasn't really been that long. I think it's been since maybe April.
Oh, okay.
So, but that's. I mean,
That's long.
it is when because the hospice is such an important, valued service that we provide our residents. We really want to have that person with that good expertise. So,
Yes.
so.
Glad that you kept on waiting, and we got a good one.
Yeah.
Right? And welcome. We're so glad to have you with us. And for those everybody know, it's Ann Hasta Malouf.
Van Hasta.
Van Hasta.
Malouf.
Van, I left the van out. Okay,
Yes.
Van Hasta Malouf. But we're glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
Where were you before you came here?
You mean
With social work.
beginning? Oh,
No,
social work.
social work.
Okay. Because I'm from Belgium
Oh, okay.
originally, and I came to the U.S. in 1995.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome.
Thank you. I got naturalized in 2008.
Tremendous.
So social work, my bachelor from Belgium was translator, and I always wanted to do psychology, and so I redid my bachelor's while in the U.S. And you do two internships. Well, first a bachelor's and then a master in social work.
Wonderful.
And your second placement you can choose, and my choice is and was hospice.
Wonderful. Very good.
Because it's it's something that I think is really important, and not when people hear hospice, they're a little bit afraid. And to be able to bring the comfort and to be able to say this is a normal and very important part of life for everybody in the family. That it just appeals to me. And so I did my internship, when I graduated, got accepted, stayed there for a long time. Now I'm here, and I'm very happy because the atmosphere here is so good.
Wonderful.
It's really, really
Glad
great.
to hear that.
Yes, everybody's nice, everybody's friendly, helpful. So I can't say enough good things. Now, this is only my fourth day.
I was going to ask, how long have you been here?
Yeah, but really, I mean, everybody is so nice. All the residents say good morning or good afternoon, and the staff too. So it's been a pleasure.
So you've been a social worker with hospice for how long?
Since 2009.
Since 2009. So you've got a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Glad you waited.
Yeah. We got the right one.
Got the right one. And I know a lot of people, always curious about hospice and what goes on. What does hospice really mean? What does it entail?
Well, hospice is all about comfort.
Okay.
You think of end of life and disease, and you think of pain, but it's just way more than that, because it's also emotional, it's spiritual, it's the environment. So we provide comfort at all levels.
Okay.
And then again, the unknown. So we help to take away the fear of the unknown.
Okay.
Educating, preparing, making people feel at ease, and actually sometimes people are so comfortable that their life is longer than when you're on edge and you treat diseases all the time, because you treat the whole person. You don't just treat the illness.
Okay.
And you treat the whole family.
Okay.
And so that's...
Okay. So you're involved with pastoral ministries as well?
Yes, the chaplain is a very important part.
Okay.
So where I feel like, this is a little bit beyond what I can help with, then we refer to each other. I mean, there's of course, there's a time when there is pain involved, and we ask the nurse to come, or something, like, I'm thinking of constipation, but it's important. We let the nurse know,
Sure.
and all the team members communicate all the time. We communicate each morning.
Okay.
Then we have mini teams, and then we have every 2 weeks the big team. Family members are able to come in or call in when a person is being discussed. So good communication all around.
All right. Someone goes on hospice, 6 months typically, is the physician order for hospice?
Well, the way it works is that the physician has to say, okay, the life expectancy is 6 months or less.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean,
Right.
Some people are on hospice for 2 years, 3
Wow.
years, or they graduate.
That's tremendous.
Yes. And then, of course, it doesn't mean when you graduate that
Right.
you can't come back
Right.
to receive the comfort care. You always can. But sometimes people are doing so well that, we can't keep them in
Right.
the program.
So there's 2 ways to graduate.
Yes.
And I think we have to look at that in the fact of graduation back to health, or graduation to the remainder of our existence in regards to it. So,
Yeah.
Okay. With social work, you have the entire caseload then of all the individuals who are in
Yes.
hospice?
Yes.
And that caseload runs from what to what, do you know?
Well, the aim is 30,
Okay.
but now it's around
22 maybe?
21, 22.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Then there's also the bereavement portion.
Oh,
So the spouse who deals with a loss, and children, grandchildren, the caregivers too. Sometimes it's a friend, sometimes it's a hired caregiver. So we're there for the bereavement portion too, as the social worker. And the chaplain, I think, follows for a little while too.
So you do bereavement as well as hospice
Yes.
then?
Yes.
Because we used to have a bereavement counselor, right?
Yeah, we've done it different ways through hospice, but Anne actually comes with a lot of experience in
Yeah.
bereavement.
Wonderful.
And a real passion for it, so I think that our program is going to get much better.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like the program has enlarged over the years
Oh, definitely.
in regards to it, and it's been very, very beneficial along those ways. We as residents, is there anything we can do to facilitate your program or to...
Yeah, just, the misconceptions that there are about hospice. It's hospice, you think it's about dying. It's not about dying, it's about living well with the limitations you have. So I would say, change that conception about what hospice is, because it is so beneficial at all levels, physical, emotional, support-wise, because hospice is there 24/7.
Okay.
Not physically in the home,
Right.
but let's say something occurs, so you can call in. And the nurse is there. I won't be there 24/7. I can't stretch myself that far.
But there's a nurse there in regards
Yes.
to it. Okay. And with hospice, then there's nursing 24/7.
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody is on call after 5 o'clock, and then 8:30 in the morning. The full-time nurse just takes over. But
Okay.
yes, somebody's on call 5 to 8:30 the next morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I think another misperception that a lot of our residents have is that they would have to be cared for in Garden Ridge.
Good point. Yes.
So that's another thing that we always want to, educate people on too, is that you can stay in your independent living apartment
Yep.
and have all the support you need. And people are choosing to do that, of course, but I think it's still a concern that people feel like they have to move somewhere.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I've always thought of hospice as being homebound.
Yeah.
Type situation it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's a service wherever you are.
Okay.
There's where I was before, there were people who were homeless. So you go wherever they are, whether it's in a hotel or in their car, you just go there too.
Well, if someone here is on hospice and they are in the home, do they have to have a Green Spring aid, or can they have an outside aid?
They can have an aid that whatever their choice is. We of course like our own services just because there's
Right.
better coordination
Yes.
of care.
Yes.
But if you have an aid that you've had for a really long time, we would never ask a person to change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. But what we would ask people to do is give you a call,
Yes.
learn more about it, and help change the perception, right?
And if you see me in the hallway, just stop me and ask, and I'll be able to clarify.
Very good. Very, very good. Well, Ann, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
And I encourage everybody to get to know you.
Yes.
It's wonderful. Kathleen, thank you so much for bringing Ann with you this
Yep.
morning. And
My pleasure.
great. Very good. And we look forward to seeing you next month and whatever new surprise you've got for us,
Whatever,
right?
I know.
Okay. Very good.